Well, guys, we are 2 years into Beijing Biden's reign of terror. Now, my question to all of you is your life better now than it was under Donald Trump? Anybody that says that their life is actually much better now than under Trump is living in a dream world. I mean, everyone has been hit financially under Beijing Biden. Inflation, high gas prices, you name it, it's gotten worse. Now, here on this channel, Rhodes can actually tell you guys this. We're not making the money that we actually used to make when Donald Trump was actually in office during 2020. Now, 2020 is when the channel started to blow up on the sports channel. But man, we have definitely seen an impact on the CPMs since Joe Biden has been in office. And that has all to do with the state of the economy. The economy has been in the trash under one Beijing Biden. And people are feeling those effects in every aspect of their life. I mean, the price of eggs is insane. The cost of pretty much everything is insane. But Beijing Biden and his leftists out there, they want to take away your gasoline cars. They also want to take away your gas stoves and replace them with electric cars, which on average costs something like $60,000. Now, I don't know about you, but do you actually have $60,000 laying around? I'm talking about the average American to go out there and buy a electronic car, that only goes like 200 miles and it takes like a full day to charge. What are you going to do if there is an emergency? You're not going to get very far. You're just not. Now, since we're actually like 2 years and a few weeks into Biden's reign, this poll we're going to be talking about here, this is definitely an eye-opener, I believe, for people that actually supported Joe Biden. I mean, a whole bunch of people definitely have to be having second thoughts 2 years in. And Beijing Biden is actually talking about running again. He may actually come out and announce, this month, his campaign for 2024. But even the Democrats, the power brokers out there, really don't want him to actually run. I'm thinking they're probably going to want somebody like Gavin Newsom out of the People's Republic of California. But check this out, guys. This is really, really bad news here if you're Joe Biden. Record number of Americans say they are worse off under Beijing Biden. And also, by the way, they mentioned it here. President Trump leads Biden in hypothetical 2024 rematch. I'm going to say it again. I didn't even make a video on that. They came out a few days ago. The polls mean nothing. The polls mean nothing unless you actually go out there and you vote. And you actually vote based on the facts and what you support. So I'm not even going to talk about that poll. That poll is irrelevant to me. And we're roughly, year and 10 months away from the next election. Let's read this, guys. A new poll shows a record number of Americans say they are worse off financially since Beijing Biden took office. The most ever recorded by the polls in his 37 years of asking a question. So in 37 years, a record number of people said they're worse off. And yeah, I definitely agree. According to the ABC News Washington Post poll, so this is left-wing polls right here, 41% of Americans say they are in a tougher financial situation since Beijing Biden's inauguration in January 2021, while just 16% say they are better off. Those numbers stand in stark contrast to when the poll asked Americans the same question 2 years after the election of former President Trump, when just 13% said they were worse off and 25% said they were better off. Looking good for Trump right now. Definitely looking good for him right now when it comes to, I guess, comparing the first 2 years of Trump and Biden. It is night and day. It's not even close. And now the leftists out there under Beijing Biden want to take away gas stoves. This is just crazy. The poll also showed Biden with a 42% approval rating and a 53% disapproval rating. Now that 42%, that seems high right there. That definitely does seem high if you ask me. When asked about the upcoming 2024 presidential election, 62% of Americans said they would be disappointed or angry if Beijing Biden were to be reelected, while just 36% said they would be enthusiastic or satisfied. What 36% of people actually want him? It's the socialists and the communists. I guess they're the only ones. You know, I believe if it actually came down to Trump and Biden, maybe then they would actually be enthusiastic about voting for Biden just because they have TDS so badly. Trump fared better in the same question at this point in his presidency. 56% of Americans said they would be disappointed or angry if he were reelected, compared with 43% who said they would be enthusiastic or satisfied. Just 31% of Democrats and Democrat-leaning independents said Biden should be the party's presidential nominee, while 58% said the party should pick somebody else. That is crazy right there. Crazy. This is the man that the Democrats installed at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and only 31% of them want him to be the nominee. I believe, man, the Democrats, they're going to have a primary. They're definitely going to have a primary. Trump also fared better in this category, as 44% of Republicans and Republican-leaning independents saying he should be the party's presidential nominee, while 49% said it should pick somebody else, like Ron DeSantis. Now, I believe on the Republican side, we got two potential very, very good candidates in Trump and also Ron DeSantis, if he actually does decide to actually run. The Democrats, man, they're in trouble as far as, who should actually be running for them. But it doesn't matter as long as everything is on the up and up, if you know what I mean. The poll results said in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup, Trump would best Biden 48 to 44%. When narrowed down to just registered voters, Trump still came out 48 to 45%. See, there's a whole bunch of people with TDS. I mean, if you are suffering this much under Beijing Biden, and still you would actually go out there and vote for him, if it comes down to Trump and Biden, yeah, you got a problem. Now, Nikki Haley, she plans on running. She doesn't have a shot, and it's no disrespect to her. No disrespect to her at all. But she can win. It's either going to be Trump or it's actually going to be Ron DeSantis. And I definitely think that Ron DeSantis is actually going to throw his name in the hat. I think it'll probably be sometime later on this year. Probably in November. Maybe earlier than that, Ron DeSantis is going to throw his name into the hat. Now, Liz Cheney, she can forget about it. Even though we haven't heard nothing from her really ever since she got voted out of Congress by her state. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, make sure you guys become a channel member here on this video before I forget, because we're going to have a member live stream this Saturday. Smash that join button, and we will catch you on the next video.